Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are in the world. Welcome. My name is Anneke. Merry Christmas. Um, yeah, it's been a really weird year. And I say Merry Christmas, whatever you're celebrating, whether it's um, the birth of Jesus or whether it is the fact that these are the shortest day of the year. And from now on, the days get longer again. And yeah, it's. It's a time of hope, I think. Um, yeah, you can hear the background. There's a noise, which is my boiler. It's working. And the little things in life that sometimes become big things. So for the past week, I haven't had hot water or central heating. Um, it doesn't really freeze anymore. This, you know, it started to play up when the snow was melting. And I tried to get it to work and it didn't work, and called the emergency line of the estate agent who are managing this house. And of all the horrible things that this estate agent has done over the past however long I've been here, this is actually a service that works. They pick up the phone and they answered it. And were very helpful in trying to get it to work. It still doesn't work properly, but every now and then when I push the reset button, it works. And this is a Christmas miracle. It works. So the house is slowly warming up, and the water is heating up. It's interesting because bless the people on the phone. They were so worried about me being cold and and miserable over Christmas. And I said, no worries, it's just me this moment in time. If I had a house filled with people, it would be different. But it's just me, and I'll survive. I've got a little electric fan heater. I've got a kettle. I can boil water. And it's not the end of the world. If it was freezing outside as well, it would be a different matter altogether, because then the frost will get into the house and pipes will start to freeze and all the rest of it. It is interesting, though, that you can't find a plumber for love nor money. Now, I haven't tried love nor money. I've relied on the estate agent, but they've tried really hard. And they couldn't find a plumber. And they've had about a week to find one. Um, yeah, if you're looking for a career and you like that kind of thing, by all means, become a plumber. There's a big demand for plumbers, as I think there is a big demand for all sorts of people who work with their hands. And the brains. I mean, this is quite a complicated system, and it's old. One of the things is that they haven't seen this system for many years, because it's a house from the 80s and it's still the original things in the house. So yeah, between that and the condemned fire, oh dear, I did ask for a wood burner, but I didn't get it. We'll see what happens. We'll see. Hopefully next year it's going to be different. And it's really, really weird, because for the first time ever, I think, I haven't bought a diary yet. Now, there might be some people who will start to laugh, because Marilyn Devonish, she famously didn't buy a diary for 2020. And as it turned out, she didn't need one for a very long time. And for me, so we've been teasing her with that, and saying, oh, have you bought a calendar? Have you bought a calendar, or have you bought a diary? So we know what's going to happen in the coming year. And for me, this is very unlike me. I like to plan. I like to organize things. Also, when I put things in the diary, it's in. So if I put a trip in the diary, then I start working around the trip. If I put a course in the diary, I start to work around the course. But if it isn't in the diary, if it's just a vague plan, then it doesn't get done um, until it's in the diary. And at the moment, I haven't got one. I will order one. I will order one, or maybe in the supermarket I'll find one. I don't know. But I haven't felt the need yet. Over the past 2 months, they've been so weird for me. Well, the past couple of years have been really weird, but I still felt the need to plan. And now I think I should. I think I should. My studies still haven't commenced, and they stopped in 2020 due to all sorts of circumstances, and I haven't picked them up yet. I have to pick them up now, otherwise it expires. And I've been kind of trying for a couple of months now. Oh yeah, I should do that. Oh yeah, I should do that. Oh yeah, I should do that. And of course, it wasn't in the diary, so it didn't get done. And but it's just a shift within me that I haven't bought one. By the way, the sun is coming in. And I love the sun. It's straight in my face because it's so low over the horizon. It's straight in my face. So I don't know what that does for the lighting. It's very difficult for me to see the screen because almost the same level. I will see what kind of effect it creates when I look back at this video. So where was I? Yeah, that is weird for me to not feeling the need to organize it, even though I know I should. As far as the future goes, for years now, I've had this same kind of list as to what I wanted for the future. Sorry. And I think I'm going to minimize that. I think I'm going to make it to figure out what's the most important thing for me and concentrate on that alone. But then when I put that in my mind, it's doing the YouTube videos is important. The study is important. Finding my own place is important. And yeah, perhaps I should just concentrate on those three, but that's already a lot. That really is a lot. I have expressed interest in someone who's looking for other people to buy land with. They're looking to buy land in a certain area, and they are gathering people. He has found already quite a lot of people to buy a big estate and then subdivide it so that everyone's got their own, small holding or whatever you want to call it, homestead for the Americans. He doesn't want a commune, and neither do I. I do not want a commune. I want my own spot, and so does he. So yeah, maybe that's the way forwards. I don't know. We'll wait and see. I've expressed interest. He's looking, and he's going on a fact-finding mission in January, and we'll see. Wait and see what happens. In the meantime, I will keep on preserving food. I'll keep on doing my thing. Yeah, and I'm figuring out what I'm going to do for January. Initially, I thought I was going to do some sort of challenge online. There are so many people who are doing a challenge. What have I got to add to that? If you want to do a fitness challenge, do a fitness challenge. If you want to do a diet challenge, do a diet challenge. If there's so many things online. Um, I'm not sure I've got anything in particular to add to that. Um, but yeah, if there's anything you're interested in and I could do, then let me know. But I don't feel the call at this moment in time. I found out that editing takes a lot of time. It's I don't mind doing it actually, especially the ones of Harry Potter and Kew Gardens where you work with music. Finding music is no, for me, finding the right music is difficult. Um, but then once I've got the music and to put the videos and the photos on music, I actually enjoy. It takes forever and a day, but I do enjoy doing that. Um, because it's satisfying to see it change on the beat of the music or where it's appropriate, where I think it's appropriate to change. Um, so yeah, it's been a challenge, but it's also been interesting. I've tried to find someone to do editing for me since January, and I think it was halfway October where I decided to do it myself, and the first video came out the 1st of November. Um, so yeah, it took me that long to get to it. And once I got to it, I learned so much, but you also learn, sorry, about what you need to put on video in the first place. Sorry. What you need to put on video. Oh, that's a complete whiteout from the sun. Is it? Yeah. That's oh, I can see. Um, so there's this is weird. This is really weird. So you have to live with this for a moment. So I learned a lot about making the videos because I did the editing myself, which was invaluable. And I know that once I've got my small holding, that I want to do already certain things certain ways in order to make creating videos easier. But yeah, sorry, that's me waffling on about stuff that doesn't particularly concern you. But hey, that's that's a life. That's my train of thought. But if there's anything you would like me to do or would like me to make a video about, let me know. I don't promise that I then will do it because goodness knows what you come up with. But if it's suitable and if I feel that I can actually add something to all the things that are out there already on the internet, then by all means, let me know. Yeah, I think for this moment in time, that's it. I'm going to put some laundry in. I know. I've got work tomorrow. I'm working instead of a girl who hadn't realized it was Boxing Day, and she needed time with her family. And for me, I've just seen my daughter, and I've seen my son quite recently. My mom was expecting me, and I said, "Well, I would have let you know quite a bit before if I was going to come to the Netherlands, and you do need a bit of a chunk of time to go there. It's quite a big trip, even though for me in itself it doesn't. I get in the car and I start driving and I get on the boat, and at the other end I drive again. It's not how to put that. It's not mentally taxing for me, but it is a lot of time. The day boat takes a whole day. The night boat takes a whole night, and add, getting to the harbor. And no, the other side's not bad. The other side's only an hour and a half, so not too bad. But it's definitely Definitely a whole day's worth of traveling. Um, and by day, I mean it, it's almost 24 hours. It's about 6 hours to get to the boat, and then you have to be there on time and all the rest of it. Um, and then it's either the whole day or the whole night, and then again, so it's not 24 hours, but it's a long time, and yeah, that's on either end of the trip. So you need a nice chunk of time off in order to do that. And once I'm there, I'd like to be there. I'd like to be present. Um, because one of the things I could do is go there and study, but it's a lot of it is online, and the internet's not particularly reliable. So we'll see. Um, so yeah, once I'm there, I'd rather be there. Taking some knitting is one thing. Taking a study where I need to be by myself is something else altogether. Having said that, my trips to the Netherlands have become shorter because my mom loves me to be there, but once I'm there, it's a bit taxing on her. Um, and that's what I've noticed, when the kids were young, and which is a long time ago, my parents could cope and they really enjoyed us being there. We would be there for, almost the entire summer holiday or the entire Christmas holiday or whatever. It would be at least 2 weeks, otherwise it wouldn't be worth the trip. But with my dad getting ill, the trips became shorter because he couldn't handle all of us being there. Also, of course, the kids grew up and need to do exams and all the rest of it. But yeah, it's interesting to see that shift, that it has become more often but shorter. But that kind of puts pressure on my side because it's easier to go for a long time than it is for a short time, weirdly enough. Anyway, I'm sure a lot of people are in a similar position where the parents need more attention. And for me, I live so far away, I can't be there on a daily basis. But my brother and sister-in-law, they are there on a daily basis, so they see the decline, and I only see the decline every now and then, but it's very noticeable. And then there are times where it's absolutely brilliant and it's really good, and then there are times that are not so good, and that's hard. That's really hard. So yeah, my wish for this coming year, I know, and I haven't really thought about it yet because as I said, I'm way behind. This again is a really weird whiteout. Let's sit a bit higher. This has been a really weird year because normally I would have done all sorts of things to look back. It looks like I've got a beard, I'm Santa. If I do it like this, it's a beard and a mustache. At least that's how I see it on my laptop screen. I don't know how it comes across on Facebook. Oh, there it goes again. Anyway, this is really bizarre. Anyway, so other years I would have done all sorts of analysis, and I would have gone through a lot of self-reflection of the past year and what I was going to do the next year, and put ideas in place and put all sorts of things in place. And this year I've done none of it. So maybe I should spend some of this coming week doing that. Of course, good intentions and all the rest of it, it doesn't need to start the 1st of January. You can do it any time of the year, whenever you think, oh, well, I'm fed up with whatever's going on in my life and I want to do something new. Don't wait till the 1st of January. Just get started. But for me, the 1st of January, it's a nice time. Things have calmed down, gardening wise, and a lot of, it's really weird, a lot of other things that are going on in life. They, yeah, that's all slowing down in December. It's a time for reflection, and I usually have some time to create plans for the future. Oh, is this better as well? But then I'm further away from the microphone. Anyway, we'll see. So maybe this coming week I'll be doing some reflection, and maybe this coming week I will do some planning. I will let you know. And I will see if I can reduce my decision-making points even further. So the fewer decisions I have to make, the more space there is in my head for other things. And for a weird reason, the 2 dresses that I've found are a part of that. I don't like faffing around with clothes. I just don't. So I keep on wearing the same clothes over and over and over again. Now, apparently, a lot of people do that. Even though they've got a whole wardrobe full of clothes, they tend to wear the same clothes over and over again. And for me, that's not because, I've got clothes that are only appropriate for galas or whatever. I have none of that. If I would be invited to a gala, I would go like, would that be my newest jeans or my slightly older jeans? Because I have no fancy outfit. I just don't own it. But I still want to reduce my wardrobe to the things I actually wear, and to have maybe a bit more of the things that are easy, just to reduce the amount of choices I have to make. I just want to go there, pick something out, put it on, and walk away. This is because it was cold, and I put it around my neck in such a way that it is sturdy. It's not going to fall off. There's nothing going to happen to this. But on the whole, I don't do fancy stuff where I have to fiddle with it. That's just not me. But there are a lot of that kind of decisions. So wardrobe is one, food is another. I don't like to decide on what I'm going to eat. What am I going to have for dinner? It has to be simple, which kind of ties into me preserving food, where I cook one meal, which is a big meal, and I keep the meal for the day, and the rest I preserve, so that in the future I can just look at my shelf, see what I fancy that moment in time, pick it off the shelf, warm it up, and that's it. That kind of decisions, I never really liked deciding what to have for dinner. When I was cooking for a family, what am I going to cook today? And there are so many aspects of life where you have to choose, where you have to make a decision. And the fewer decisions you have to make, the easier life gets, and the more space you've got in your head to really think about the decisions you do want to make, to really figure out how you want to spend your time. And I think that's another thing. Time is becoming a thing. I've always been aware of it. For some reason, time, I don't know how that came to be, how my parents instilled that, or what happened in my life, that time has always been, I don't know how to put it. If you say important, it doesn't really mean anything. I've always been aware of time slipping through my fingers. And a lot of slippage has happened over the past years, despite my best efforts uh, to keep to keep a handle on it, to keep a grip on it. But yeah, life moves on, and the older you get, the more aware you are that there's less time left. And what am I going to do with the time left? It's not time is a luxury. On the one hand, if you give someone your time, that's important. If you give something your time, that's important. But if I have to give my time to things that I don't enjoy, when I have to give my time to things that, not that they're not important, that they don't need to be done, but that are not my strong point, that I'm not interested in, I'd better farm that out. So yeah, I'll keep you posted how I get on with that, because farming things out, that's something that's come into my awareness this past year, really. Year and a half, maybe? I don't know. Sorry, as if rubbing my chin makes this light go away. It doesn't. It only makes it worse, because now you also can see my hand being really, really white. Yeah, farming things out, and I haven't done it yet. I haven't farmed things out yet. But it is something I am considering, and to figure out what are the most essential things for me. As I said, I'll keep you posted. Yeah. So far, there's no real end to this live, whether it's the Facebook live or the YouTube live. It's me rambling on, wishing you all a Merry Christmas, and yeah, maybe that's it. Maybe I should keep you posted of, if I say my thought processes, not that my thought processes are that important, it's just to show that I don't just come up with something. I do come up with stuff. I come up with stuff all the time. But then to work it out is a different matter. And yeah, maybe people are interested to see how I go about that. Not that you have to copy that in any shape or form, but sometimes there are little bits where you think, oh, I'm not doing that, or oh, that's interesting, or oh, I can tweak that and make it my own. And I would encourage everyone to do that all the time anyway, to make things your own, to do things your way. Just because you're unique, and there's no one else like you. And to make things work for you, how it functions for you, that's very important. And I can only tell you what works for me. And in this case, what doesn't work for me. There are various things that don't work for me. I can make a list. But yeah, it's maybe that's interesting to see what I'm going to do, and how I'm going to go about it, and how I'm going to adjust things. Because no matter how well you plan, when it hits reality, it will definitely change. I've how many plans have I made that survived first contact with reality? I don't know. I don't know. I'm sure it has happened. The thing that comes to mind is years ago. I was about, I don't know, 17, where a group of us, all same age, had to organize the gymnastics get together for the whole region, and we did a good job. We really did a good job. Yes, we did have more adults supervising us, um, but we did a good job, and I think we did really well. We may have done some run-throughs before the day, but we did a good job. That's a long time ago. That's a long, long time ago. Um, yeah, mostly, mostly you have to adjust between planning and reality. Um, but I'll keep you posted. I'll see how we go. So, have a lovely Christmas, and as I said, I'll keep you posted. See you.